Hey guys, welcome back to Skies of Arcadia Legends. Last episode we finally got back home, got back to Pirate Isle. We got to Nasser, and of course, Drachma, being Drachma, felt the compulsive need to not stick around. And now we are making a deal with totally a random belly dancer to acquire her ship that is named Belina. There is a not obvious plot twist regarding this, I will tell you that much. This episode, we're going to be continuing going through with that offer and going to the Temple of Pyrynn. Let's talk. First off, I'm back at the hotel because this is kind of how you get the story moving along. Talk to this young lady. Welcome. Oh yes, Belina mentioned you would be coming. Your room is ready. Hold on, before I take that offer, make sure just in case the last recording didn't go smoothly. I said I try to record about 3 or 4 episodes a day, so this is technically my second recording. Alright, so now we're going to take Belina up her offer. Ever since Belina started dancing in Baramba, more and more tourists have been coming and business has increased threefold. Since you are a friend of Belina's, I will give you a special rate on your room. Sleep well. Should I have left those kids there? But what am I worrying about? Someone else will take care of them. Wait, that ship! It looks like... Farewell, and may the red moon forever light your path. Alright. So now that we're out of the inn, I'm going to go back down to the port. And we're going to go meet up with Belina. Like I said, even people who haven't played the game before, it's kind of obvious, but I promise there is something clever hidden in there. There is actually a legitimate plot twist of sorts.
Hey, handsome.
I trust you slept well last night.
Uh-huh.
It was the best nights of sleep I've had in a long time, so I guess we should get ready and start exploring the desert. Only those who have walked through the desert can truly know its true side. Okay, I want to restart that. I botched that as professionally as I could. Only those who have walked through the desert can truly know its size, is a saying here we have in Nasser. It's too difficult to cross the desert on foot, but because of the heat, a mere half-day's walk can be deadly. You'll need a ship to cross it. Also, the fact that they're like just 2 massive islands separating us from the Temple of Pyrynn that might have a minor effect on foot travel as well. A ship, huh? Is this one yours? Ah, yes, it's not much, but it's very reliable. Belina, why are you going out of your way to give us a ride? You don't even know us.
Well.
You aren't very grateful, are you? If you were dying of thirst and someone offered you water, you would probably ask where it came from first. Knowing people nowadays, I almost don't blame her. What? Alright, if you must know, then I'll tell you. My father was a soldier. He was a poor man and sometimes a little short-tempered, but he was a good man and a good father. We struggled to get by, and my father was barely able to support us. We had nothing to rely on but each other, but we were happy. Until that day, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, Valua and Nasser declared war on each other, and my father was killed in battle. When he died, we had nothing. No food, nobody to support us, nobody to raise us. We had to live on the streets. Some say that you can't die from a broken heart, but they're wrong. My mother died shortly after my father. She was so sad. I was alone and scared. I had to fend for myself on the streets, and this is how I ended up living like this. Oh, Belina, we're so sorry. We had no idea. Ever since then, I've hated war. Hundreds of people die. Hundreds more families have to go through what I went through. And that is why I'm letting you. No, I want you to use my ship. Please. We'll do it. Thank you. Oh, so much. Belina, I'm sorry for what I said earlier. I shouldn't have spoken to you that way. I lost my parents when I was young, too. I know what you went through. That's quite all right, as long as you understand and don't take my generosity for granted. All right, everyone, get on board. The Temple of Pyrynn lies far to the east, in the middle of the desert. Let's go. Alright, since I don't seem to be doing any favors of proving that I'm not Roar nor Zoro, and the navigational, normally the Wandering Lake and thus the Temple of Pyrynn will be due directly east of Maramba, for those curious. You can kind of find all the other discoveries accordingly. Actually, I don't have the Pyri box anymore. I'm just hoping none of these guys feel like casting Attorney now.
Get me straight.
Such fun. Alright. So you've kind of seen where the Temple of Pyrynn is before. Still go there anyway. Oh, perfect. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I almost did. Yeah.
That was easy.
I'm not faster than the Asbeths, but thank you, Jesus. All the same. Oh, and they couldn't even drop a Selvite ring for my trouble? Oh well. Like I said, at least that Eternity didn't kill me. As long as it ain't Eternum, it's not a guaranteed kill, but it doesn't hurt to, like, not do what I did. Caution is... It probably would have been better for me to attack the Asbeth if I'm thinking about it now.
Wow.
This is the Temple of Pyrynn. It's huge. I can't believe it. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The people of the old world were able to build this thing in this heat, and it's built on sand too. It's incredible. Deep within the temple lies the red crystal. Be careful though, according to Selvite lore, it's guarded by hordes of creatures. Well then, let's get going. Oh, Belina, what are you going to do? Oh, me waiting out here. And besides, I won't be able to help you fight off monsters in this outfit. Well, it might be a little rough in there for a beautiful woman like yourself. Oh, really? What about me and Fina? We're women too, you know. Just what are you saying? Personal opinion, I actually think Fina's prettier. Come on, Fina. Let's leave Macho Man behind and get the crystal ourselves. That might be kind of fun. We'd probably get it faster without him. Oh, she's picking up Aka's bad habits. Can't help but chuckle a little bit. Wait a minute, I didn't mean... Watching the three of you really cheers me up. You're all such good friends, and Vice is so funny. Well, I'm sure a beautiful woman like yourself has got herself a much, much better guy than Mr. Foot in his mouth. Sorry, there's no one special in my life right now. Well, there is someone that I'm in love with, but he would never even give me a second look. But I don't want to talk about it right now. You should probably get going. I'll be waiting here. Be careful in there, okay? Don't worry, we'll be back before you even notice that we were gone. And right off the bat, okay, that is pretty impressive right there. I mean, those are huge. Like, I'd love to see like someone who's like good with like pixel measurements and whatnot give a rough idea of the size of this pyramid. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was as big, if not bigger, than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Bleh. Can't English today. Alright, here. And we're in the Temple of Pyrynn. Obviously not the first dungeon in the game by any means, but I feel like this is the first genuinely complex dungeon, sort of. I mean, I guess you could say, I don't know. It feels critical because it's the first one we're gonna kind of deal with one of the Gigas in. Now, almost all the puzzles, like the revolve around those little rolly things, similar to which makes it the second really puzzle-centric dungeon in the area. The Alfonso's ship and the Valuan catacombs were more straight lines. Are so there's a bit of a gimmick in this dungeon, explicitly connected to the treasure chests. They are all guarded by what a person on Game Informer and by proxy I have picked up lovingly like to call Larry, Curly, and Mo. Simply put, I'm gonna do regular attacks right now. They're not exactly what we in the business would call weak, but they're not terrifically hard to take out either. Lambda Burst being worth its weight in gold. Okay, so that move's important to know. The next turn it's going to basically pull off an earthquake like move, so you kind of want to deal with it sooner than later. Oh, there you go. Good little RNG there. Of course, the nicety behind this is that every treasure chest has experience tied to it.
That's fun.
And you're gonna hear Moonfish beeping. Ignore it, you aren't able to do anything with it right here. And for the Indiana Jones fans in the room, I want to see if any of the unique attacks get pulled off this turn. And there goes the Lupulon. Okay, we kind of sped through that, but they can, like I said, they can call in for backup. So, Behemoth's Ring, which, if I'm not mistaken, and now I'm respected. It protects against weak. Oh yeah, so yeah. You can't. There is a status that reduces your attack as well, so. Okay, so this is an interesting thing. This is, as far as I know, this is unique to this dungeon. It is the Dung Fly. Yes, it is not so subtly based on the Dung Beetle. Oh, I didn't know if you noticed that, but sometimes there will be a spell misfire. It is just like, oh, magic? And, okay, I was hoping I'd get a counterattack at this one. Oh, nice. Good RNG. It ran, but... I'm gonna heal everyone up a little bit. Alright. It's roughly... There we go. It takes a little trial and error to get there, but this is where you would get that moonfish that you heard yelling at you earlier. Okay. This is Death's Head. This is the sequel to the other horrifically macabre thing. Okay, those were Valuan citizens. Do I even want to know why these guys are here? Alright, I don't think they're much in the way of spellcasters, so... They pretty much work just like, yeah, the other ones, except as you can tell that had stone breath, it is more likely to inflict stone than the other status, so... Okay, and Aka isn't too far off from having Sacrum. Alright. Get ready for another encounter with the Terrible Trio as we unlock our second chest of the dungeon. I'm gonna kind of try to do everything I can to speed along with this one. Okay, so unfortunately I was not able to get rid of them before they got their before the after effect of their tremble started, but that is the result. And that's helpful. Pyre box, ancient robe. As you can see, Fina's undeniably the group healer and spellcaster with a higher SP count. Also, she has the highest magic damage output of the group, so once her spell lines start kind of increasing, that's when we're really kind of gonna start focusing on offensive magic more closely. Alright. Alright. We're going to use the Pyre box. We're going to take advantage of the fact that Fina herself has Pyre. Alright, good. Got a looper taken down. 2 of them. There we go. Okay, so loopers have a fairly good chance of dropping this item, Black Gnat. It basically increases your encounter rate to where it's closer to the Dreamcast version, and it also increases your chance of a first strike. This can be helpful for leveling up, and I will start actually employing this later on, as I know enemies with more favorable drop rates are there. Okay, I don't think... Alright, going to this room, and this is like... The first one was kind of just not really a puzzle. This one isn't hard either, but the general idea is simple, and it gives you an idea of how this is laid out. As far as I know, random encounters cannot happen in this area. I've never had them happen to me, at least. But it's simple. You just roll each of these two to the side, and then once you've got that done, you roll this one all the way across. If for whatever reason you miss, and it's obviously simple that if you mess it up, you can actually go back out of the room and back in, and the puzzle will reset itself. That opens the door. Alright. Gonna go down here. And I want to believe there's either roughly about 3 or 4 treasure chests. Unfortunately, the terrible trio is guarding every single one of them. Alright, and now that I've got a Pyrynn box, I'm actually in a little bit more favorable position here. Alright, here. Alright, simple enough. And that's going to be how you end up fighting a lot of these groups, actually. Sacrae's crystal's good. It's going to be helpful. Just go into kind of every one of these rooms. Dancing arc, alright, we got a weapon for Aka, that's always good. Very welcome. Alright, this last room will have one. Couldn't give me 3 more for my efforts. I think that's all of them. Alright, yep. So now you go up here and just ignore that little alcove to the left. It has nothing substantial in it. This could actually be useful. Alright, I'm going to hold off on the Pyrynn box, but I do want to get rid of these dung flies. Alright, so we gotta kind of remember this one real quick. Alright, so it's simple enough. Start off with this red roller right here. Just keep going until it can't go no more. And go with this one. Get this blue roller. And then finally, to complete the puzzle, this blue roller. And the temple will lower itself. That other little path I didn't take, that leads down here once it's lowered, or back up, depending on where you're at. That said, we want to go through this open door that just revealed itself. Got another little, and unfortunately, the boulder here is just a hair smarter. Hang a left here, there is a jam, and of course hang a right. And another chest compliments of Allied Universal.
Here goes.
Moonberry. That's helpful. I'm just gonna see. And now we are in the second phase of the dungeon. I never got the chance to mention this, but one thing I do like about Skies of Arcadia's battle system is the dungeons. They're always dynamic because they're always into two phases. You don't see it quite as much in Alpha. You get a little hint of it in the Valuan Catacombs. It's most obvious thus far in the Shrine Island, where you have an indoor-outdoor space, and you'll see it a little bit more overtly again here. It's just a nice little attention to detail, and you'll probably see it very shortly. Alright, here. Alright. So, these enemies right here, they are salamanders. Creative naming, I know. They're not terribly difficult. They are slower, but they do hit a little harder. Unfortunately, the problem is they do suffer from... I don't know if you've noticed this. With the battle system, sometimes the enemy will walk up to you. It hasn't been too terribly noticeable now. But if, say, one of those two wants to attack Aka or Vice... okay, so here's the benefit of the Cupel upgrades. As you can see, I just silenced that one salamander, so now it's unable to cast spells. Well, you kind of saw a hint at it. These things are very slow, so if they want to go straight up to their target, they'll just kind of meander slowly. I don't know. Okay, so there we go. There's some I've been speeding through it. There's a misfire spell right there. So I was gonna say like magic. Okay, and there we go. There's our first party member who gets an insta-kill move. Magic droplets, which is going to be certainly helpful. Let's go ahead and take advantage of that. And I think there should be about 2 more chests altogether in here. Okay. The good thing is, even if they run away, while you don't get experience, you do get magic experience, so you can benefit from that. Like I said, I could have used the black map and it would have heavily reduced their chance of running away successfully. To me, it's not worth it. So, no, hey, a switch. Okay. I made the place wet. Alright, obviously the idea is that you need to do something more than just press that switch, so we're going to go over here. We're going to get what I believe is the last chest in the area. I don't think there's one over here. Yes. Alright. And this will be our last time dealing with those triplets. Should be pretty easy. They've been easy up to this point. Alright, let's deal with this. Wait, what? That doesn't look like 3 individuals or stones. This is Zivelin Bane. Now, to be fair, that's actually not a name, but more of a title, as you'll learn later on. He's kind of part of a gang of what I assume to be treasure hunters. And they are actually connected to a black pirate faction. I actually do like the setup for this. This is really clever because you're like certain you're going to run into 3 of those things your first go around, and then it turns out, yeah, nope, this is something entirely different. Ooh, Lord, I almost lost Fina. Alright. Get a little creative here. I actually don't know if Zivelin Bane can cast magic. Actually, part of me thinks he can't. I might capitalize on that knowledge if I'm being forthright.
Let's try this.
Now, if you do want to end up going through this guy a little faster, you can actually use, you can change your weapon's affinity to purple, and that will definitely make life easier. I really don't need to do that bad. This guy isn't too terribly difficult. I mean, he is for the point of the story. I'll kind of show you. I'll use a Crystales box on him. Alright, here. Let's return the favor.
Here goes.
Let's try this.
And there we go. Not too difficult.
That was fun.
These guys are never too terribly tough for where they're in, but they are just good to keep an eye on. Zale Seed. Alright, that's good, and I'm actually going to get that to Runaville Omen. It's not an equipable item. It actually has... It's basically just something you can sell for a lot of money. Alright, so Zale Seed. It increases vigor, or basically your defense, by 3. Fina's far and away our most frail member, so I'm going to use that on her. Alright, so we got a little bit of a puzzle here. Now, the way to understand how this puzzle works is that there's a bit of an alternating effect. Whenever you get one in, either one of the spires will change their height as well as the red point in the center. Let's see here if I'm remembering this right. We actually want to start off with this guy. Take advantage of our blue friend over here, and the order does kind of matter. Alright. Get this blue guy here. Roll him all the way over there. And then roll the red guy on over. And there you go. And this will increase the lava levels, and then... Obviously, the solution to the puzzle is you go back, you press that water switch, and then the lava will cool and harden into rock. There are some major logistical issues with that, like how fast it'll cool, the fact there's still active flow, or magma flow, which means, of course, that you run into the issue of it'll just heat right back up. And secondarily, that thing won't cool so fast that you can't walk in it. But we're just going to ignore a few laws of physics and thermodynamics here. Yep. Expected. I don't intend to use the black map too often early on. There are points where I will start employing it, but if you want to get the loopers to stay put, you could actually switch your inventory mid-fight. Alright, finally our last moonfish in this area. Alright, is... There we go. There he is. So, now... Go over here. Normally I would save, but in this case I'm just going to make a beeline for the boss. And to capitalize on Red's weakness to purple, let's see, first off, okay, I don't have Incremus, so we're just gonna basically beat this guy by spamming Crystales boxes at him, at least for the start of this fight.
Let's try this.
And that is why I bought those earlier. As you can see, Red Magic Affinity, highly weak to purple. Unfortunately, Red is highly resistant to itself, as you can see there, so...
Let's try this.
And I'm going to change, accordingly, Vice's Magic Affinity.
Let's try this.
Yep. So those Crystales boxes make a complete joke out of this boss. Okay, here we go. Might get a bit of a hiccup here.
Let's try this.
Here goes.
Alright, and thankfully that would normally petrify the person it targeted, but it went after Aka, which did have the Gem of Fluidity equipped, so...
Let's try this.
And there we go! Down without too much trouble.
Let us be thankful for our safety.
You heard that? The tea is safe. Rhizolim box, not bad. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to heal everyone. Not completely necessary, but certainly helpful. Alright. And here we go. We've got our first moon crystal. Wow, so this is a moon crystal. It's so beautiful. I'm getting weak in the knees just looking at it. Okay, Aka, calm down. A moon crystal is the most concentrated source of energy that you will ever see. It was created by distilling a moonstone into its purest form. Moon crystals are pure energy. This crystal alone has the power of thousands, no, tens of thousands of moonstones. So this crystal is powerful enough to control one of the Gigas? Look at the light radiating from that crystal. Even though thousands of years have passed since the destruction of the old world, the crystal still shines bright as ever. Between the power of these crystals and the destructive power forces of the Gigas, it's easy to see how so much of the world was destroyed. It's sad, The people of the old world had so much power, but they used it to make weapons instead of helping each other. There's no way we can let Valua get their hands on one of these. Fine, leave it up to us. We'll keep it safe. The Valuans are going to have to take it off my dead body before I hand it over to them. There's so much of the world that I still have to see. I'm not going to let them wake some ancient guardian to destroy half of it now.
Thank you very much.
I know you will do your best to keep it safe. Alright. Alright. Boss time. Belina, sorry to have kept you waiting so long. I hope you weren't too worried about us. I'm so glad you're alright. Did you find the moon crystal? Of course we found it. I knew you could do it. Would it be alright if I took a look at it? Wow. So this is one of the legendary moon crystals. It's more beautiful than I ever imagined. Thank you so much. I'm sure that Lord Galcian will be very pleased. I'm sure you all are shocked right now. I'm sure. What? What are you talking about? Let me show you. Belina, who are you? I don't even want to know what that either implies that A, she had an outfit that looked like her skin in belly dancing get up, B, stripped so fast and somehow had, I don't know, her outfit hidden under that somehow that they couldn't see it, or C, she just removed it. It was like vulnerable for like 30 seconds just in front of everyone. A guard walked up to her with her outfit and gave it to her. Either way, I think it's Lord. Well, if it's the latter, there goes the mental part of the equation that Aka was concerned about. Yikes. Sorry. Let me reintroduce myself. I am Beleza, the 4th Admiral of the Imperial Armada. I specialize in covert operations. You don't need to get your hands bloody to win battles. Sometimes a little trickery goes a long way. You tricked us! Belina, or Beleza. So everything that you said about your parents, about war, about your childhood, was it all a lie? Did you just say that to get us to trust you? I told you the truth. I never said my father was from Nasser. He was a Valuan soldier and he did die in battle. So I know you guys probably remember when I introduced her, I jokingly said she is my favorite admiral. This is actually why. Out of all of them, she has the best character, and Galcian is hyped up as this great strategist. She actually is. As you'll see later on. Years later, I too became a soldier. I want to put an end to all war so nobody has to go through what I went through. Kind of a little bit like Pain from Naruto. This is my favorite anime villain, so it would make sense that I actually like this one as a villain. Countries go to war, arguing over borders and resources. If the world was united under one rule, there would be no more war. So yeah, you've got kind of a Lelouch, Pain. A lot of Naruto villains actually, kind of that whole ordeal. That is why we need the power of the Gigas to make sure that no one opposes us. Valua must rule the world. Beleza, no, don't! Red Gigas, Recumen, as bearer of the red moon crystal, I command you to awaken and do my bidding. Fina? What did she do? This is bad, right? Recumen, no, she can't be. Goodbye, handsome. Recumen, I command you, engulf these three in your flames. Like I said, she's arguably the smartest one of the Admiral, too. Vice, Aka, hurry, we must run! Fina, what's going on? Beleza, she is summoning Recumen, the Red Gigas. She's using the power of the Red Moon Crystal to awaken him. She what? I guess we're gonna have to run. Aka, Fina, let's get out of here. And probably one of the most clever setups I've ever seen. Yeah, those four heads, those were not monuments. That gives you some horrifying sense of scale. Like, just the heads alone dwarfed us. And they were only probably like, what, the top 10% of the Gigas' mass? Ancient engineering is impressive. I'm surprised no. I wonder if anyone had invented cell phones back in those days. Yes, that is the Red Gigas, Recumen. So those weren't statues in front of the temple. They were its heads. It's looking at us. Run! Fina! Fina, are you alright? Come on, we gotta go. I'm sorry, I tripped. Hey, Fina, take cover! It missed us. Something hit it in the head. I can't leave you three alone, can I? Stop gawking and get on. Captain! Captain, you came back for us! Hurry, maybe we can take that thing out in the little jack. Admiral Beleza, that ship is rescuing them. Ready the links. I want to make sure they don't escape. Yes, Admiral. Well, handsome, now we can see what you're made of. Hey. Captain, you made it back just in time! I didn't come back for you. My search for Ragnar brought me back to this desert. And I wasn't about to watch the three of you get roasted by that thing. Hey, Fina, get a load of the captain. I wonder how long he can act like he doesn't care about us. Aka, you really shouldn't tease him like that. Who's acting? I just went to find Ragnar. Rotten little brats always get me into trouble. Calm down, Captain. What should we do about that thing? Well, let's treat it like a practice run for when I finally do fight Ragnar. That thing packs quite a punch. Do not get hit by that beam, no matter what. I don't know if the little jack can take a direct hit. Let's go. Say it with me now. You put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. Hey Captain, do you have any ideas on how to fight this thing? You know about as much as this thing as I do, boy. Just stay up high and see what he does for now. Alright, so remember where I said back in Sailor's Isle that you need the you're gonna need your auxiliary cannon? Yeah, this is precisely why. You literally will get skewered by this thing without it. Now, on the flip side, this does mean this is one of the few bosses in the entire game that you can run the whole fight without taking any damage from. Without going out of your way to be stupidly overleveled. Most of the fight boils down to just making sure that you use the secondary cannon the turn before and during its attack. And as you can see, you can set it for more than one turn. This particular iteration is only good for 2 turns, but that's all we need. As you can see, we're doing damage, but it's not a lot. And this is actually where I want to discuss something. I had mentioned earlier that both on Alfonso's ship and in the Valuan Catacombs I had grinded excessively. I actually wanted to make sure that I actually got everyone to level 99 before Maramba, before I stepped foot on Maramba, to see if I could actually bring this thing's HP down to 0. Even at level 99 with the best offensive stats possible, I didn't come close. Either this thing's defense is ridiculously high, just regardless, or I have another theory, and I will discuss it in the next video. Yeah, we did it! We knocked it off balance! Yeah, but, well, doesn't look like we did any damage to it, though. Alright, and once again, this is kind of just a rinse and repeat. Just deal with this guy. You're not going to beat this guy through brute force alone. Spoilers, you're going to be forced to run from this fight. So right now, the name of the game is just keep it from hitting you. That's it. Alright, once again, same basic strategy. And I'm just going to kind of speed through this particular turn. Just because, I mean, we're watching the same thing happen over and over again. And admittedly, it does look hilarious, that thing hobbling around while it's high speed. Alright, so, fun little detail. The harpoon cannon is basically a freebie, and you don't need the secondary cannon. The harpoon cannon will automatically throw its balance off. Alright. I'm gonna let you see this so you kind of know I'm not just making stuff up. So yeah, and as you can see, the harpoon cannon even only did about 880 damage. To put it in perspective, when I fought this thing at about 99, I want to think it did about the better part of 2,000. This thing does have 100,000 HP. Like I said, it may be even 1,000. Like I said, this thing's robust. It is kind of a scripted fight. You're not supposed to be able to beat this. This is kind of meant to show you like the power difference between the little Jack and these ancient super weapons. So I don't know how long we can keep this up. It just feels like we're only prolonging our own deaths. He's got to have a weakness. Concentrate on the heads. Let's try attacking its heads. We may get hit in the process, but we need to take a chance. Let's bring the little Jack in closer. Luckily enough, once again, I have... And you see that turn with Auguring? That is when the fight is forced to end. Alright. And just because, I mean, there's no reason.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Damn! Nothing! We got it as close as we could, but our cannons did almost nothing to it. It's no use, boy. The only thing we're managing to do is damage our own ship. We can't continue fighting like this for much longer. We must retreat for now. Get us out of range of his attack, boys. Boy, we need to think of a new strategy for now. Now, if you say continue fighting, Dracula's gonna be like, you listen to me, kid, and it's gonna force the fight anyway, into end anyway, so just retreat and regroup. You're right, Captain. I suppose we've got no other choice. Well then, full speed ahead. Get out of range of that thing's attacks. And this is where Beleza's intellect actually shows, because she's accounted for this. You see, nothing is working. If we keep fighting it head on, we're going to lose. Hey, Fina, can you think of a way to stop it? Gigas don't make their own decisions. They only obey the commands given to them by the ones who awaken them. Until Beleza commands it to stop, there's nothing we can do. So if something were to happen to Beleza... I got it! I know how to stop that thing! You mean attack Beleza's ship, right? If we could stop her, we could force her into calling off the Gigas. You got it! That's a good idea. Either way, we'll last longer against her than we will against that thing. Alright, full rudder. Target Beleza's ship. All hands to battle stations. And thankfully, it actually puts her in a bit of a bind, because if she tries to team up with you using Regimen, she could hurt herself in the process, and more importantly, for her sense of morality, her men. Meet my flagship, the Lynx. Now I will show you the true power of the Imperial Armada. My magic cannon will take care of that little ship of yours. She's arguably got the weakest ship of the bunch, but she is the smartest admiral, and actually, to me, she's tougher than most of the admiral ship bosses that come after her. So right off the bat, I'm going to be honest, take advantage of what little opportunity you have to play spells. I'd start out with Inkram. And let's see here. We're gonna defend with Fina and focus with Drachma for now. Now there is a good chance that early on she'll cast Silenus. This will keep us from casting spells ourselves. But Incrum does help our defense and our attack, and well, obviously it does seem to be beneficial because she just casted herself. And that is actually going to boil down to the vast majority of Beleza's fight style, is that she's going to cast a lot of offensive spells at you. You notice our own ship can't do that. That's because it is itself not equipped with a magic cannon. Something important to remember for later on. Well, like I said, she can tear you up pretty good too, so just be careful on this boss fight. Alright. So, thankfully, she doesn't appear to have employed use of I'm going to use Sack Rays to full heal the Little Jack, and I think I'm going to load on her at the end of this turn. Like I said, do be careful. She can put you on a shirt faster than you can say what happened. I'd admit it looks a little bit like the egg carrier if it was given a bit of a paint job redo. I don't know if that was intentionally designed. Also, it has other appearances. I'm just going to assume that wasn't intentional on Sega's end, give them the benefit of a doubt. And if I'm not mistaken, the Lynx does have about 50,000 HP, so it's not impossible. Damn, the Lady Admiral's good. It's almost as if she could read our every move. Vice, I can't find any openings. Her defense is too good. What should we do? Don't go for the obvious. Remember, this is a smarter Admiral than most. If you try to get behind her ship, she's accounting for that, so turn hard and try and catch her off guard. That ship's quicker than it looks. They may have surprised me this time, but I always have a backup plan. Preparations is one of the keys to victory, Hanson. Alright, so we're going to use Incrum on the second turn. Sack Rays here. Defend with Aka, Fina, and then use our 3-inch cannon to give us 2 attacks with Drachma. She's particularly smart with her primary and secondary cannons too. That's actually, like I said, she can dish it out. All right, here. Damn, she's too good. I can't find any openings. Boy, we need to get in a good position to fire the harpoon cannon. I believe it's wait and see what she does. Lady Beleza, the enemy vessel is continuing on at its present course. What's wrong, handsome? Couldn't think of anything to do. If you're not going to do anything, I will. Okay. Miscalc on my end. Alright, here. Well, that's not the end of the world. Just a little defense should help with that situation. It's been a while since I played this game, so I know you do have to think counterintuitively with her. Problem is, last time I fought her, I was level 99 and just punched through her in one turn. Didn't even get to fire the harpoon cannon. This isn't fair. Why won't she just sit still like everyone else does? How does she expect us to hit her with the harpoon cannon like this? Bring the little jack to a complete stop. And there you go. There's your winning strategy right there. Alright, here. Actually... Yep, let's see here.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Right, and yeah, pretty much next turn, she's... As they say, her butt is grass and I am the lawnmower. Vice Captain, what just happened? We were on their tail and now suddenly he's behind us. Well, the enemy vessel suddenly stopped and we passed them. What? Their speed was their biggest advantage. And you mean to tell me they just stopped? Damn, he's not as predictable as I thought. I can't keep fighting him this way. I need to take him out quickly. Now's our chance. Her defenses are breaking down. It's time to open fire. Says as she's looking a little on the healthy side of things. Ah, crap. Okay, so she can cast Sacri. I was wondering about that. Maybe a misplay that I ended up using up Sacra's. It couldn't be helped. There we go. And she's down. Like I said, pretty good boss fight, honestly. Provides a nice, healthy challenge, but isn't, like, completely impossible to beat. Aka, signal Beleza's ship. Tell them that we will attack if they don't call off the Gigas. Aye, aye, that. Now all we need is for that Lady Admiral to listen to our demands. Don't worry, Captain. Beleza's not the kind of person that would needlessly sacrifice the lives of her crew. I'm sure she'll call off the Gigas. Beleza, please. And Recumen is going into sleep mode. Vice, look, the Gigas! There was a reply from Beleza's ship. We have called off the Gigas. We are making an emergency landing. I repeat, we have called off the Gigas. We are making an emergency landing. We did it! You may have won the battle, but you are far from winning the war. There are 5 crystals left. The Valuan Armada never makes the same mistake twice. You shall not defeat us again. And we won't make the same mistake of underestimating you again either. We will get those crystals. Fina, where should we go next? Southwest of Nasser, beyond the South Ocean. There is a continent under the Green Moon. Really? There's a continent on the other side of the South Ocean? Yes, the green crystal should be there. That's the continent of Ixataka. Our soldiers are already there. Besides, the South Ocean has a strong headwind. You'll never make it across with that tiny ship of yours. No need to worry about that. We're taking your ship's engine. With that much power, we could get across the South Ocean in no time. What? Then how am I going to get back? We all decided that you should go back on foot. You trick us, we take your engine. I think we're even now. What was that saying? Only those who have walked through the desert can truly know its size. You want me to walk? Well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. I never actually thought I would truly know the size of the desert. Hey, handsome. You win this time, but Valua is far more powerful than you can imagine, and the trip to Ixataka is long and perilous. The chance that you'll survive long enough to get there is pretty slim. Are you sure you still want to go? You still have time to reconsider. Real sailors aren't afraid of the unknown. I want to see the world. I'm not going to rest until I've left my mark on it, and I won't let anything or anyone stand in my way. I understand. You're rash and impulsive. I hope you survive long enough for us to meet again. You receive the Red Moon Crystal. It looks like we picked up a magic cannon for the Lady Admiral. Using this, we'll be able to fire cannonballs charged with magical energy. Just like Beleza was doing, right? That's great! Vice, did you hear that? We should really put this thing to good use. Be careful though, boy. Using the magic cannon uses up MP just like normal magic. So don't go too crazy with it. Alright. Well, I feel like there isn't a better stop-off point than this. So, I will see you guys on the next episode. Have a good one.